The Girl in the Well by Tim Barnett and Richard C. Webb, based on a short story by Richard C. Webb. Interior, blackness.
Do you struggle with guilt?
Everyone does.
Exterior, idyllic farm, dusk. An angelic, blonde-haired woman in her late teens strolls through the grass.
I'm not concerned about everyone else. We're talking about you.
She turns her head so that only the side of her face is visible, giggles, and beckons Peter Lawson with a wag of her finger. Peter follows. He is a fit man in his mid-30s, face stoic, with a shadow of stubble, reminiscent of his dark, hollowed eyes, which betray his anguish.
Okay, you want to know about guilt? Guilt for me is a daily routine, always there.
As he approaches, darkness descends on the landscape.
Eternal terror. There's no escape.
Interior, dark tunnel. Peter runs down a tunnel, sweat drenching his face.
Builds your entire life. It's a constant feeling of dread, like drowning, when you know no one can save you. It's a sinking feeling.
He stumbles, but catches himself on the jagged rock wall.
The chill of the water fills your bones and it crushes you.
He stares at the abrasion on his palm and grimaces. Panting, he continues sprinting.
All the while, darkness closes in on you from above and below.
A faint orange glow appears on his face.
In the end, you can't even tell if the darkness is outside of you or coming from within.
He stops and shakes his head.
No.
The orange glow disappears, causing Peter to disappear in pitch blackness. Exterior, street outside of Mount Tacoma High School, day. Peter sits on a bench alongside the road across the street from the high school. He's staring off into space towards the patch of forest beside the school. A bell rings, which jars him and draws his attention to the campus. The front doors swing open, and many high school students flood out the door to the cars parked on the street. A white van with heavily tinted windows crosses his view and stops in front of the school. Peter studies it. A blonde high schooler approaches the van, and Peter sits up in his seat. The girl enters the vehicle, and Peter stands. The van pulls away and does a U-turn, exposing its windshield to Peter. Inside, the girl laughs in the back seat with her parents in the front. Peter sits back down with a frown. Exterior, street, outside of Mount Tacoma High School. Day, 2 hours later. Peter sits on the bench, in the same position, staring into the forest. The street and the school are empty.
And you can't break the feeling that you're exactly where you belong. That you deserve this.
Interior, therapist's office, day. Peter sits on a couch across the room from his therapist, Susan. She's 35, has kind and attentive eyes, and her brunette hair is tied up in an immaculate bun. Peter stares at the floor as Susan stares on in silence for a moment.
Have you seen a therapist before?
Never had that much faith in it, to be honest.
Why is that?
I feel that if somebody is seriously messed up, just talk about it isn't going to help.
Do you think you're seriously messed up?
Peter looks down at his feet and back up again.
No, I meant if someone messed up.
What about if you messed up?
Peter pauses.
I manage.
Susan hesitates and shifts in her seat.
You're here because of your last case. What is your understanding of how this process works?
It's protocol.
Peter clears his throat.
And the department's requiring me to be here.
Do you want to talk about what happened?
Peter stares at Susan without response.
Okay, we can talk about that later. What about your childhood? Anything you'd like to share?
Dad left when we were young. My mom was... It's not important.
It seems important to you. You can tell me.
I'm not going to talk about her.
Then let's go another way. Have you been sleeping okay?
Peter looks away from Susan, staring out the window at Mount Rainier, which is lit up red by the sunrise. After a moment, he looks back at Susan.
No, I haven't been sleeping, actually.
Any idea why?
Dreams.
Susan stares.
It's a nightmare, actually.
How long has this been occurring?
For a while now, but it's been getting worse.
Tell me about it.
I tell you what I'm dreaming and you tell me the secret meaning.
Susan and Peter smile.
Something like that.
Peter's smile dissipates.
Okay. I'll tell you.